Hello, everyone, and welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Don Julian. And in the news, Northeast Texas Livestock Association reported early tabulation for the Hopkins County Junior Livestock Sale of Champions. 133 kids from Hopkins County FFA 4-H programs from 7 school districts in the county, and the total $440,000. And they say thanks to all of the buyers and supporters. A 44-year-old Ladonia man was accused of assaulting his ex-wife during a disturbance at her Turtle Creek Drive residence Saturday night, according to arrest reports. Deputies, upon arrival, observed an active disturbance and a female in the back seat of a vehicle with what appeared to the officers to be a compound fracture of the lower part of her right leg. Deputies received information alleging the suspect, identified in arrest reports as John Alvin Smith Jr., was heavily intoxicated when he pushed the female to the ground, causing the leg injury. Smith and the injured woman reportedly divorced in December. She allowed him to enter the residence on occasion to do his laundry, but not to set up residency, according to those arrest reports. Smith was transported to the county jail and booked on an aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury charge. The injured woman was transported to Christus Mother Frances Hospital in Sulphur Springs for treatment. An emergency protective order was requested by the deputy for the safety of the victim and her residence, according to arrest reports. John Alvin Smith remained in Hopkins County Jail Monday, and bond on the second-degree felony assault charge was set at $45,000. A 21-year-old Como man was jailed Saturday afternoon at the hospital for allegedly assaulting a pregnant woman at their Black Oak Road residence. Hopkins County Sheriff's officers were contacted at 1:23 p.m. on Saturday about a woman being beaten up. Deputies responded to Christus Mother Frances Hospital, Sulphur Springs emergency room, where the suspect and alleged victim were reported to be together. The suspect was alleged to have previously assaulted the woman. The suspect allegedly pushed the woman around inside their home, then allegedly tried to confine her in a bedroom to force her to talk about the situation. The man was accused of holding a firearm to his head, threatening to kill himself. The woman allegedly disarmed him and confined herself in a bathroom with the firearm to prevent him from harming himself. The woman allegedly attempted to contact her mother to transport her to the ER. The woman reportedly is 5 weeks pregnant. The man transported the woman to the hospital, where he was taken into custody at 2:54 p.m. on Saturday for family violence assault of a pregnant woman, according to arrest reports. Logan Reed Sevier remained in the county jail Monday morning on the third-degree felony charge, and bond was set at $25,000. And Tuesday is Election Day for the Republican and Democratic primaries. And voting in Hopkins County on Tuesday will be from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. at the 12 voting center locations throughout the county, and you can use any of them. They include Our Savior Lutheran Church, Morning Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, Hopkins County Courthouse, Grace Family Church, Hopkins County Regional Civic Center, League Street Church of Christ, Saltillo ISD, Cumbie Municipal Building, Sulphur Bluff ISD, Como-Picton CISD, Miller Grove ISD, North Hopkins ISD. And unlike state and national offices, the only contested election at the county level in Hopkins County is between Charles Humphreys and John Bryan Beadle for the Republican nomination for Precinct 2 Constable. The incumbent Precinct 2 Constable, Bill Allen, opted not to seek another term. Democrats will also be asked to consider 11 propositions, and Republicans will be considering 9 propositions. In sports, Saturday afternoon, Wildcats basketball coach Clark Cipolletta announced that the number 10 ranked Wildcats regional quarterfinal game with number 1 ranked Lancaster has been set for Tuesday night at 7:30 at Rockwall Heath. Ever since playoff brackets were released, people noticed a possible Wildcats and Lancaster matchup in the third round. Lancaster defeated Cleburne in by-district 96-32 and Texas High in area competition 84-44. Wildcats won over Lufkin in by-district 78-55 and then bested Red Oak in the area game 61-38 over in Forney. The winner of the regional quarterfinal game Tuesday will advance to the regional tournament at the Curtis Colwell Center in Garland, and that'll be this Friday and Saturday. The two teams were expected to meet in the regional tournament final 1 year ago, but after the Wildcats defeated Highland Park to get into the finals, the Tigers were shocked by Frisco Lone Star in a semifinal game. So the Wildcats defeated Lone Star and then qualified for the state tournament in San Antonio. Both the Wildcats and Lady Cats soccer teams got wins over Greenville Friday night. The Wildcats improved their district record to 5-1 with a 2-1 win over the Lions at Gerald Prim Stadium. And next for the Wildcats is Lindale at Gerald Prim Stadium, and that match, originally scheduled for Tuesday night, has been moved to Monday night due to expected stormy weather on Tuesday night. Lady Cats soccer team defeated Greenville 4-1 in Greenville Friday night. The Lady Cats are now 4-2 in district play. And more on that game from Lady Cats soccer coach Javier Aguayo.
It was a good win. We went out there put in some work, and the girls got the win. First half was a little rocky first half, but other than that, they took care of business and solved the problem and started playing better, touching the ball, and that's what we want to see. We want to see them touching the ball from side to side, and like I said before, create those gaps. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was 2-1. I think you were ahead, but just by 1 goal, and then they just took care of business in the second half and really played a much stronger game with control and stuff.
Yes, sir. First half, we went out there and scored the first goal within about 15, 60 minutes of the game. And then they responded within about another 10 minutes after. So about within 30 minutes, it was 1-1. Thankfully, like I said, it was a really good team goal. It started building up from the back to the middle, and then Rebecca played to Haley, and Haley got her second goal within the first half before we went to the break. So, yeah, I'm glad we got that. And then after that, we gave them another pep talk and we're like, hey, let's go out there and play how we did the last 10 minutes of the first half, and let's control the game. And that's what they did. They went out there second half, controlled the game. We had a lot of chances also second half. We couldn't convert those, which I told them, hey, we need to take our chances. We got to score those goals because they're not going to give you any more chances. But other than that, thankfully, we were able to score 2 more goals in that second half.
All right. Yeah, good solid win over Greenville and everything.
Yeah, I believe it was a good solid win. Like I said, we controlled the game. I felt like we controlled the game. There was times where they wouldn't let us go into goal or just not shoot. They would pack the back kind of. Mm-hmm. So what I was telling the girls, what we have to do in that situation is reset. Let's bring the ball back. Let's force them out where we create those gaps and all that and play those balls, or just even just play our players up top, give them the chances to score. And that's what we started doing. The girls started playing from the back. At times we even played back to the keeper. That's what you have to do when teams just pack the box where they don't let you shoot or they don't let you in. That's what you have to do, reset from the front, all the way to the back, and just do that. Even I told them, hey, trust your keeper, play the keeper, and just open up, stretch them out, and that's what we did second half, yeah.
All right. Now you've got Lindale again. We beat them here. But now you've got to go there. We know teams are always better on their home field, and so they'll be a good opponent.
Yeah, Lindale, you can't. They're a good team no matter what, even though that they're struggling. But you can't go out there and be overconfident. You can't. Right. You just have to, especially like what you said. They're at home, So you have to respect that they're at home, they're with their home crowd, and so we're away. We just have to go out there and also take care of business. Take it minute by minute. First half, second half, go out there and just keep working hard. Yeah.
Very good. Wildcats baseball team opened the regular season at the Rose City Classic in Tyler with 3 wins and 2 losses last week. And we get more on those games from Wildcats baseball coach Jared Hammock.
It was a good weekend, especially with, as you know, a lot of new faces, not being on our field, missing a lot of scrimmages. So you just really didn't know what to expect. And, we come out that first game, and Hayden Hurst pitched a wonderful game against Lindale. I don't think they scored 2, but I don't think they were all earned. We ended up with 10. Yeah. And so that was a good start. I was a little disappointed in our competitiveness in the second game against Tyler Lee, like we talked about at the end of that game, that, we just weren't competitive. We weren't very tough. They certainly all agreed with me. We come back the next day, and we don't necessarily play great, but we did the things that we had just talked about we didn't do. We competed. Every time Hallsville would score, we would score. And we just kind of battled back and forth. And, it comes down to the bottom of the last inning, and their leadoff hitter is a really good player with the bases loaded, hits a little ground ball through, and they score and win by a run. But I was pleased with the way we battled, and, again, I thought we were much tougher. And then Saturday, boy, what a day that was. We had early games. We left, I think, the field at 7 a.m., and you never know how that's going to work out with young people leaving that early on a Saturday morning. But, Jake Davis just threw a wonderful game against Waxahachie, a 1-0 shutout. And then we backed that up with Jackson Chaney, I think, threw a 3-hitter with 9 strikeouts, and we beat Forney 3-0. So, we could have gone 4-1, but I'm not disappointed in the 3-2 start. Just again, based upon every team there is a playoff team, 2 6A playoff teams, and the way we ended up competing, and there's a lot of reason for optimism moving forward.
All right. Yeah, you expect pitching to be ahead of hitting right now based on no live pitching and indoors and lots of rain.
Well, I think all the time, early in the season, it seems like the pitcher should have the advantage. And, I think that's our strength is, of course, our 2 starters in district play are back. We talked about Hayden Hurst. He moves up from the JV, kind of the JV number 1, and threw really well. Jake Davis threw well. We have others who throw well. And so I think our pitching staff is our strength. Now, we've got to play good defense behind them, obviously, and we're going to have to find ways to scratch for runs here and there. Right now our hitting is a little behind maybe what I'd like, but maybe because of what you just said, just hadn't seen a lot of live pitching from 60 feet. A lot of drill work, which is good and important, but timing is a lot of the hitting aspect, and right now our timing is just not where it needs to be, but we'll continue to move forward with that. Hopefully we'll get a little better weather, can hit on the field and kind of iron some of those things out. But again, I'm more than pleased with what I saw this weekend.
Now, you hope to get a game in here at home, I guess, tonight, weather permitting.
Yeah, I think according to the last I saw, the weather had moved out until tomorrow. I think, the rain, there was a good chance of rain today, at least 2 days ago, but I think it's gone. I think we should be able to get that game in tonight against North Lamar. Now, we may be back in the indoor Tuesday and Wednesday because I think it's raining again, but that's okay again because we're at Wiley East this weekend, which is another fully turfed field. And, Will Sims, our shortstop and pitcher, he made the comment to me that, boy, it sure made it easy, all the ground balls we've taken in the indoor to field on Mike Carter. I mean, it just made, they were used to it and they were ready for it. Now, whether or not tonight on dirt, we'll have to see how that works out. But, we've had a lot of work on turf. And so, we'll just, again, keep working wherever we have to go. We can't control the weather. We'll do what we have to do, try to get better. And, district's right around the corner.
The Lady Cats softball team ended up splitting 4 games in the Allen varsity softball tournament this past weekend. On Thursday, the Lady Cats lost to Wiley East 7-2 and to Hebron 10-2. Then on Friday, the Lady Cats clobbered Dallas W.T. White 20-5. and defeated Hearst L.D. Bell 9-2. A scheduled fifth game against Bishop Lynch on Saturday was canceled due to an injury to the Bishop Lynch pitcher. The Lady Cats are now 4-6 for the season, and they'll be playing in a Wiley tournament this week on Thursday through Saturday. The powerlifting regional meets are this week in Pine Tree for the Wildcats and Lady Cats lifters. The boys regional will be on Wednesday, and the girls regional is on Thursday. And we have a list of expected participants from Sulphur Springs powerlifting coach Casey Jeter.
We've got the boys regional meet on Wednesday in Pine Tree. The boys that have qualified for that, we have Austin McCain in the 114s. He's currently sitting in 8th. Jesse Carrillo in the 148s. He's currently sitting in 2nd. Juan Hernandez in the 148s is sitting in 10th. Ryan Carrillo in the 181s is sitting in 3rd place. Matthew Mitchell and Wyatt Smithson both have a chance in the 181s. Final numbers are not out yet. George Greenway is sitting 3rd, not only in the region but also in the state. He'll be lifting in the 198s. Chad Menard is sitting in 9th in the 220s. And Radon McCormick is sitting in 9th in the 275s. Both have big jumps left in them, so we're expecting big things. Caden Wallace and Samjai Pryor also both have a chance. Again, we have to wait for the final numbers. They're both in the top 15. So pretty big group for the boys. We're real excited. A lot of these guys have a lot left in them. So we'll see what we get out of regionals.
Go ahead, Lady Cats.
The ladies, we have a girls meet. Regionals is Thursday, same place, Pine Tree. They'll be lifting at 4 o'clock. Girls, we have Addison Lamb in the 132s. She's currently sitting in 6th, but it's pretty close. She's got a good chance of jumping up there in the top 5. Actually, a really good chance. And with her, we have Sable Ernemeyer in the 165s. Sable sitting in 2nd, and she is ready to get after her. So first place is 25 pounds ahead, and I'm pretty sure she's going to get her.
Yeah. At regional, how good do you have to be to move on to state?
So typically what you have to do is place in the top 2 in the region. They'll take first and second place, and they'll go to the state meet. But just in case you have a really strong region, let's say you have 5-6 girls that are higher than anybody else, or boys for that matter, they have an automatic state qualifying total, which is different for each weight class. Mm-hmm. Sable is currently at that total, but she has to do it at regionals. 825 is the total for the 165s. So.
I think you mentioned George Greenway was over the weight for his class.
He absolutely is.
Absolutely.
So he's at 1,600, and I believe the total was 1,450.
Oh, wow.
So he's way, way over.
Right.
Another one, no, it's 1,400 for him. And so he's already 100 pounds over. Yeah. We'll get that on his openers. And the other one right now that's sitting in, Ryan Carrillo is sitting in 3rd in the 181s. And he's got a chance. It's those guys ahead of him are strong guys, but he's got 1,260 total. If he gets 1,350, he auto qualifies. 90 pounds is a lot, but these guys have been working real hard. I think several of them have a chance.
The Miller Grove Lady Hornets basketball team had 2 players on the District 23A All-District First Team and another player on the second team. Junior Harley Watson and Junior Georgia Bessonette were selected first team All-District. Junior Lauren Bullard was chosen on the second team. Among players that qualified for the academic All-District list were Georgia Bessonette, Lauren Bullard, Laney Burnett, and Harley Watson of Miller Grove, and also Yesenia Macias, Gabby Sandoval, and Macy Starrett of Yantis. The all-district lists were released on Saturday. And that's Channel 18 News. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for joining me today, and so long, everybody.